Hello everybody and welcome back to our classic journey through Azeroth. I'm your host Valenfor. This little fella here is of course Valenfor as well. And today I thought we'd do something a little bit different. We're going to temporarily leave the shores of Darkshore and Alberdine behind us for today and take in the views of the Eastern Kingdom, at least temporarily. We're going to go onto this dock here and head to not Dustwallow Marsh. Where am I thinking now? We are going to head over to Menethil Harbour, which was in wetlands. From Menethil Harbour we're going to hike it across to here, Dunmorrow, or Loch Modan rather, than through Loch Modan and into Ironforge. Hand in the quest, because we've got a quest in Ironforge to hand in, believe it or not, that we got in the last episode from the Master's Glaive down here. So hand that in, not sure if there's a follow-on, and then pick up some weapon skills there, and then finally head from there using the Deep Run tram to Stormwind, where we will also pick up some more weapon skills, the likes of swords and two-handed swords. Now the reason for doing that is because, as everybody should know by now, other than wands, hunters can use absolutely everything, which is a bonus for us. Mainly it means that we have free roam or free reign on the melee weapons, pretty much, as I say, other than wands. But we'll pick up guns, we'll pick up crossbows if needs be, because then if we should find a quest reward that is actually better than the equipment we are currently using, even if it means switching weapons and having to level up our weapon skill, we can do it. We will have the facility to do it. Now the reason that we are doing this is because I have recently picked up this quest, Mathistra's Relics, which gives us the Woodman's Sword. And although it's not great in terms of the actual damage or anything like that, it does have the 2 stamina and the 5 agility attached to it, and from my recalling it's actually not bad a weapon. It's quite decent. It held me through until the 30s, I think. And we should start using some other weapons anyway. So this boat, once it sets sail, is going to head to, as I say, the Eastern Kingdoms. We'll see on the little map, we'll get the little dotted trail of us travelling across the seas, across the oceans, around the Maelstrom. Around here, it'll probably go like that. And it will probably leave in approximately 20 seconds. Just enough time for me to sink my coffee. So that's the plan today. As I say, I'm keeping this relatively open. I'm telling you what the idea is, because of course, we keep it limited on in terms of the actual time that we are recording. So if it does take us, say, to get to Ironforge in this episode and we haven't got any further, then I will probably go and do Stormwind off camera. So we're just sitting on the end of the ship here. So bye-bye Kalimdor for the briefest of a moment. Whilst we head on to the Eastern Kingdoms. Oh, I was pretty close. Do like that. And here we are in wetlands. Now, as I said, this is going to be quite the trek. It's quite a run. I will hop off now. Firefin Snapper. Oh, okay. Can't say I've seen those before. Now, wetlands, from what I remember, is a sort of a level 20-ish area, from what I recall. I should probably pick up the flight point, but I think it was actually back that way. Let me have a look. What level is this dude? Okay, he's 19. Right, yeah, I took the long way round. I just want to pick up the flight point so we've got it for future, you know, should we end up going off and doing some stuff. There it is. Wandering Minstrel. Do you know what? What I would love to see is someone who can actually get the engine for WoW and recreate like Baldur's Gate. That would be awesome. Playing like Baldur's Gate in a WoW-esque feel. Obviously, change the sprites and the images for the characters, make them a little bit more like Neverwinter Nights 2, but just, you know, high res but recreated in a sort of a 3D environment rather than top down. I know obviously Neverwinter Nights was more of a 3D setting, but it's still very much point and click, isn't it? I would love to experience the Baldur's Gate series more like an MMO like this, leveling and questing and you know, the other bits and bobs like dungeons and raids and stuff. That would be awesome. Anyway, I digress. Let's crack on here. We've got level 21 Crocolisk over there. That's a bit close to the road. And as I say, this is a considerable run. This, by any stretch of the imagination, is not going to be quick. We're only here, and we need to get, like, here somewhere. We're not going to Arathi. Might have been even simpler for us to have gone to Darnassus and just asked a mage to teleport us, but why not? Why not just run there? Now, one of the good things about wetlands, actually, is that there was an area, I think it might be around here, where there was lots of dragonkin, these little whelpy things that just sort of flap around. And the benefits of actually farming those is you can get a whelpling pet. This is obviously battle pets. This is when you could just have pets as a vanity thing. And they would just run alongside you. Yeah. You didn't get a pet journal though. So unlike the, you know, where we've been going on the live streams and getting pets, there was no way of monitoring them. I think you just had them in your bag. Although, actually saying that, maybe you do get something down here that's like... I genuinely can't remember. But yeah, you can farm for these... do you know what? I'm just going to make use of the fact that there's a guy over here that's killed a load of these sabres, raptors rather. Because if he's not going to take the leather, I may as well. Especially as this gives us a little bit of medium. But these things are level 25, so I really hope we're not going to have spawn-ins in a sec. Because I will not survive if we do. Right. Gaining us a little bit, tiny bit of medium leather. It's not going to help us in the long run, but it will help us should we decide, or should we get to a stage where we can actually start using medium leather. We will get to use it straight away rather than have to get to an area where we're starting to pick up medium leather. But if I'm being completely honest with you, at some stage I'm going to have to do some off-camera farming of light leather, because there is no way we are even going to get to a medium leather recipe anytime soon. We have to, I think the first recipe available is at 125 leatherworking, We're at 62. You can kind of do the maths. It's going to be a while. So by virtue of the fact that we're probably going to start running into medium leather fairly soon, it makes sense to just start skinning anything and everything that we find along our path. If I need some backup, I will call out the pet, and the pet should help me. I used to do this run back a long time ago, obviously, as soon as I got to Darkshore as a Night Elf character, because the sooner you get out to the likes of Ironforge and obviously Stormwind, you're picking up your weapon proficiencies. That's one thing which is decent. The other amazing thing is really, in reality, I'm wanting to show both sides of this landmass, of course, but I'm going back with how I first played, and I didn't know about the fact that I knew that there was two landmasses, and I just assumed that Night Elves had to stay in Kalimdor until max level, and it wasn't until maybe level 40 that someone said to me, "You've never been to the Eastern Kingdoms." What? Right, we're going now, sort of thing. I was like, I didn't even realise you could. So ever since that point, I went straight away. I made a point of going, getting flight points. That's always the best thing to do. Getting your weapon proficiencies, as I say, and actually starting off in Westfall. Down here, no, not Dark. Yeah, Westfall. Because that's where you get the first Alliance dungeon quests from. This is back in the past when you actually had to physically be outside of the dungeon in order to enter the dungeon. You didn't have Raid Finder or Dungeon Finder. You got Looking for Group, but that was just a chat channel in order for you to put a group together, and then you had to get to the dungeon itself or be summoned. Okay, so with the Horde, they were lucky enough to have their very first starting dungeon, the first dungeon by level, essentially, Ragefire Chasm, is smack bang in the middle of Orgrimmar. It's very, very easy on the Horde side to get to each of the different starter cities because they have Zeppelin towers that take them to and from. The only one that you actually have to run to as a Horde member is from Orgrimmar down to Thunderbluff, and in reality it's not a very long run. Whereas with the Alliance, you've got Stormwind and you've got Ironforge linked by the Deep Run Tram, which in turn, you know, might take a little bit longer than it does between, say, Undercity and Orgrimmar via the Zeppelin. Pretty sure the Zeppelin is actually quicker. But, and here's the weird thing, if you're coming from the Night Elf starting area of Darnassus and making your way down to Ironforge, there is no other alternative route other than getting a teleport or a warlock to portal you as well. You've got to do this run, and doing it at level 5, you pull absolutely everything in the entire zone running down this path. The aggro ranges are huge, and yeah, it's mental. You end up just training a load of mobs, and more often than not, you would see little bodies littered across this path because where the smaller players had tried to do it and failed miserably. It was quite funny. Anyway, we finally managed to get through wetlands. It wasn't quite as bad. I thought we ended up down here, but it's now up this path. And this is going to pop us in Loch Modan, and then it's just a short journey from Loch Modan into Dunmorrow. But we've just gone from an area that's vastly wet and marshy and the like to almost like a mountainous kind of area. So you'll see the change in scenery fairly quickly. Can't get up that hill, that's annoying. A little earlier on, I was having a go on retail. Ooh, wait, we've got a level 20 here. We have a level 20. Okay. Probably we'll have to try and take this guy out. Rather be safe than sorry. Pet is taking a reasonable amount of damage. So I might even...
It's too far away.
Wait, where are you going? Boom. Alright. He's down. He is down. Well done, Scratchy. Still 16? Why are you only 16? And why do I have to come here to have a look at my actual pet? That's ridiculous. Right, okay, anyway. You're halfway towards your next level. Fine. Fine, fine. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by that orc, what was I saying? That's why there's an orc. There's an orc encampment over here. Dragon more scouts. That was another reason you came this way with a slightly higher level person or a guildie or something, just to protect you if you were smaller levels. Because, of course, we've seen, whilst doing this playthrough, the amount of dwarves and humans that are actually questing out in Darkshore, and they're all around the same level as we are. They would have had to have got past those mobs. So look, we've almost gone back on ourselves here, and then we'll head up this way. Now obviously these guards are placed here to try and ensure that the opposing faction doesn't obviously encroach on the lands. However, these guys aren't elite, they're only level 30. And with a decent enough... certainly when you get to the elites, you need a proper raid running group ready and raring to go in order to try and take the cities, because that's something that you used to do back along in the day. You used to get a big raiding group together, 40 people, and you'd bomb it through these lands, you know, as the Horde, annihilating here, there and everywhere in order to get down to Ironforge, kill everything and take out the leaders. You took out the leaders, at least nowadays you get an achievement. Down the road this way, is it? That says wetlands. I swore blind down the road is down there, but okay. That signpost seems to suggest it's this way. Someone's just given me a whoppy great big fortitude buff here. Not sure who did that, because he's not high enough level to give me a fortitude buff of that magnitude. Must have walked past someone slightly higher level. Right. I'm almost certain I needed to head down here, so we may have to turn around in a moment and come back. But let's see where that's going to place us. Oh, we might be lucky actually. Might be lucky. There's also a quest over here to get a key for a gate into Badlands. You have to have gotten into Badlands first. Where is Badlands gone? Badlands. And you come around here and there's a lizard, lightning lizard thing. You take out the lightning lizard, it's got something on it, I can't remember what it is, the horn or something. You trade that in, you get the key to Searing Gorge. Or Badlands, one of the two, can't remember which. Searing Gorge. Searing Gorge, that's the one. That's the fella. Well, all's fair in love and pancakes, I think. Whilst I know I didn't go necessarily the correct way, I have come via the north gate, and I think this will still take us to where we want to be. You can either pop out here or here. I just don't really recall this gate. I obviously used to take the other gate over this way. Gnome starting area is up here. Gnome Ragon is here, I think, and Ironforge is just here. So we haven't got that much further to run. Not really sure how long we've been running for. I'm going to hazard a guess and say it's been about 20 minutes thus far, there or thereabouts. So I'm sorry it's not been the most action-packed of episodes today, but I've explained the reasons why, I'm sure, and hope that everybody understands the reasoning behind it. If you used to do these kind of runs back in Classic, do let me know in the comments. How long was it before you realised that you could get to the other continents if you first started playing without someone telling you? That would be interesting to know as well. Okay. So into Dunmore Row proper. Here's a gnome with an imp. Warlocks were quite powerful back in the day. Demonologists were the solo class. I mean, in reality, someone had posted a private comment to me the other day and said, why aren't you running Beast Mastery? Because that was the leveling spec back along. You know what? I remember it being spoken of and saying, you know, level in Beast Mastery and then level in Marksman for your dungeons and your raids, and then if you wanted to do PvP, level in Survival. That was the way of the world. That was how you did it. Like, you had set talent things that the raid leaders expected you to have, and if you deviated from those talent specs, you didn't raid. Like, that was how strict raiding was back along. Now you can have a mishmash of points here, there and everywhere. So long as you can deal damage, they keep you in. But in any case, I'm digressing. So someone said, yeah, why aren't you leveling with Beast Mastery? And to be honest, I levelled with Marksman. I didn't actually find it much different from levelling as Beast Mastery. I did try both. I just preferred Marksman. I'm familiar with the Marksman spells. As soon as we get aimed shot, the rest of this is going to be a doddle in terms of, you know, actually the levelling experience. And it won't be that long before we get down to True Shot Aura. Obviously, it increases the attack power of party members within 45 yards. Includes us as well. And True Shot Aura, it acts like a Paladin's Aura, basically. And it's really quite powerful. And attack power is all-encompassing. Ranged attack power is just for ranged, but attack power is both. It's both melee and ranged, and that's why it's really nice. And of course, if you go in a group as a hunter, they're expecting you to have True Shot Aura as a minimum. So that's why we're going to go for it. I do want to obviously start doing dungeons. We're a little under level for our first one. Our first one being obviously Dead Mines. The Dead Mines. But I think probably a couple more levels under our belt. Maybe around level 19 perhaps. And then I reckon that will be a decent time to come. And of course, we won't need to do this massive long run, or at least we shouldn't do. What I didn't do, and what I probably should have done, is in Loch Modan, we should have carried on, because there's a town down here with a flight point. Yeah, the dreaded flight points. I should have gone and picked up the flight point. If we get scraps, I'll drop them. Nice, light leather, okay, fantastic. Okay, so maybe Ironforge is here and Nomragon's over here. Because I know we haven't run past it yet. The way I know that is because we haven't even got past Karanos. I've just seen the little gnome mounts over there, so we must be bordering on the town of Karanos. We have indeed. No flight point in Karanos. The flight point in Ironforge is dead center. Where the forges are, of course, as well. And I don't know if we need to actually speak to one of these guys to tell us where the weapons trainer is.
See you soon.
Okay, that's cool. Yet more running, but Ironforge is just there in the distance. And do you know what? Let's just call this a slightly longer than normal episode, and we'll get Stormwind done as well. Even if it means that the episode was 40 minutes or 50 minutes, whatever. Let's just see what happens. And I'm pretty certain that the Flight Master at one stage was out here. I may be wrong, but I'm almost positive there used to be a Flight Master out here. Certainly this is where we all used to gather in order to do raids and the like. So we're going to head on inside. We've got the Powers Below quest that we need to head in, and that's in the Forloin Cavern. So if we look at the map, Great Forge is obviously where one area we need to go. So probably head into the Great Forge first, and this way. Pick up the flight point, head down into the Hall of Explorers, turn left into the Forloin Cave, and then head down to Tinkertown and the Deep Run Tram. And where, pray tell me, was the
What's on your mind?
weapons trainer?
Be good.
Bixie and Bullywolf. Oh, in the military ward. Okay. So yes, we'll head past the Tinkertown into the military ward, get our weapon skills, and then head back. I don't know if you saw that mage, that was a mage, pretty sure it was a mage, had Thunder Fury, which is a bit strange. Was it a mage? No, that's not the same guy. Okay, well a mage did just run past that had Thunder Fury. Blessed Blade of the Wind Seeker. Strange, because I don't think it's got intellect on it. But never mind. Again, if you can use a sword, then you can make it, can't you? You know, I wouldn't expect to see a hunter with the Hand of Ragnaros, but again, it's something that can be done. Okay, so our quest hand in, I believe, is looking like it's in this one here. There he is. What do you got to say for yourself, pumpkin? Ah, a copy of the book Powers Below. An interesting text this is, and some might find it useful, but this one's in sad shape, and look here, there are notes in the margin of almost every page. I know this copy. I sold it to Bolgor last year. Are you a friend of his? Yes, I thought you were. You have the same fire behind your eyes. Well, by definition, a friend of Bolgar's is a friend of mine, and we take care of our own, yes?
Up with you. You got my
Okay, if you
attention.
say so. As you might know, I collect lore, old lore, powerful lore that opens doorways and lore that can awaken those who sleep. There are rumours of an old piece of lore, the Lore Grillis manuscript, at the bottom of the Black Fathom depths in Ashenvale. That's the dungeon after Dead Mines. That place is the old dwelling of long-dead elves. Elves who held great knowledge before their city fell to ruin. Search Blackfathom deeps rather for the manuscript. Do this and I will not forget it. Not even after the end days. Gives us a ring at the end of it. I'll accept it. At least for the time being. Should we do that dungeon at some stage? And look, it's red at the moment. I can't share this. Now, sometimes you don't need to have done a chain of quests in order to get the ability to share. So some quests you can just pick up straight away. And, you know, if there are guys on your group who don't have the quest, you just share it and then they get the benefit of being able to hand it in as well. And complete it, of course, at the same time. This one, because it came from a starter quest, they would have had to have done that book as well as we did. Otherwise, you just can't share it. Okay, so into the military ward next for our weapons training. It's just over here. I don't want to go crazy with weapons training, mainly because it is rather expensive. I can't remember if it's like 25 silver per weapon, but we picked up 2 and it knocked us down a fair whack. I don't want to go crazy. So we'll see what weapon choices we have and how expensive they are, and then we'll determine what we're doing from that point onwards. So, we do 10 silver's not bad. 10 silver and 10 silver. Okay, so we can now use one-handed, two-handed axes and guns. So, we can turn Valenfor into like a Call of Duty-esque style character, running around with dual pistols. Yeah, that's not going to happen. They don't have those types of pistols, and of course you only have a two-handed slot for a ranged weapon. You can't dual wield ranged weapons. More's the pity. More's the pity. Okay, so into the deep run tram, not dead run tram. Oh, and I'm probably going to miss this one. Unless I can get on it quickly before it goes. Awesome. Deep run tram, ladies and gents. Still to this day, I think this actually does still exist in Warcraft. The release version, of course. And it's down here somewhere that you can get to the Brawlers Guild as well in retail. Not in the classic version. There was no Brawlers Guild. But I used to love going on this tram because you got to see this. This was cool. And I think someone did post a video back along of how you could actually get inside that sea area. There was a way to basically clip through the walls. So it was pretty cool. Right, we are almost there. I think we're pulling into the station now. The old style Eastern Kingdoms loading screen, I love it. And here we are, Stormwind proper. Now, I can't quite remember where we have to go for the weapon skills here. I think it might be in the trade district. But what we will do is we will find... I think this lass has a quest for the dead mines, actually. Retrieve the gnome Spreckle Sprocket from the dead mines.
You have a great day now.
Yeah, we can pick that up. We can pick that up, it's fine. Is there no guards around here? Why are there no guards? Officer Brady walking around there, but this will be a real annoying thing if I end up leaving this section only to find that the weapon trainer was in there somewhere, but I'm almost certain it's either in Old Town or the Trade District. Pretty sure. Not 100%, but pretty sure. I'm just surprised there's no guards. Oh, there's a guard. Excuse me, guard. Would you possibly be able to tell me where I might train my weapon skills, please? Please? Who please tell me? Weapons trainer.
For the Alliance.
Okay. That place is whooping! Whooping! Okay, so that is in the trade district, which is nice because in actuality, trade district is where we needed to go for the Flight Master anyway. And then we also picked up that quest for Dead Mines. Dead Mines orange quest. As soon as I see that go yellow, that's my indication that I am level appropriate for the Dead Mines. I'm going to go and pick up the flight point first. And look how busy it is here. Why all the people? Can I just want to get to the Flight Master if I can. There we go. It's crazy busy. There's nothing special on today, is there? No. This is back along before they had the event calendar, so can't actually see what it is that is going on over there. Right, next in here is the weapon trainer whooping. There he is.
Well met.
I'd like some weapon trainings, please. We'll take crossbow, we'll take one-handed swords, and we will take two-handed swords.
Be careful.
Danke Sean. And that, I think, my friends, is that for today. We will finish off by hearthstoning back over to Darkshore, and that was how to get from Darkshore, of course, to Ironforge and Stormwind. Most of you, of course, will know that, but of course, those of you who don't, who've never played, I've shown you a little bit more of the game. We will continue on from this point next time and get some more of our quests done. Finally hand in the buzz box. Probably get the Fruit of the Sea done. Blackwood Corrupted, that should be a good one to get done. Tower of Athalax, and whilst we're up that way, we should be able to then get the Mathistra Relics quest done as well. And then it's just a case of heading back down to get the fine Moonstalker pelts and the Absent-Minded Prospector completed. And then, guys, that is Darkshore done and dusted. That is all the quests, I believe. Other than maybe a few throwaway quests that I can't remember where they are. But in any case, really hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please do all those lovely social media things. Please like, comment, share, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you next time for more in our classic journey through Azeroth with Valenfor on the Alliance side. But until then, take care, thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.